Greetings in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach, Melech of Yasharal, Kohen forever, according to the order of Melchizedek. All esteem, honor, and glory unto our Lua, Yahuwah. My name is MELEK Shelemoth. This is MELEK Shelemoth Trading, and I'm going to do a little replay mode of the open yesterday, which was Thursday, the 17th of April, 2025. So before that, let's jump into the risk disclosure.
General disclosure. All MELEK Shelemoth Trading LLC materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure. Trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.
Alright, so let's jump into the replay. So I have it set here at 9:29:50, and we're gonna press play now and let's see what happens. So basically, before I start, I'm gonna show that this is what I should have done yesterday that I didn't do. I should have been looking for the distribution patterns at the open to see if I could get a trade at the open or somewhere near the open, because we're opening at this central pivot range here. So this could be like a mean reversion from the bottom here up here. If I get a distribution pattern up here, I could get a trade somewhere around here. So I made some prior labels for the distribution that's about to take place. So let's press play and let's see how it goes. Okay, so this is the open, and we created the preliminary supply right there. We don't know it's the preliminary supply right now, but we're just making note of this was a dip after the preliminary supply. So that's the preliminary supply. That's the dip down. That's the buying climax being made here. I'm gonna have to open that a little bit. Actually, I have to close it up a little bit. Right, so this was the buying climax right here as we ran into that liquidity area right here. So we basically have an automatic reaction here as a low. We're poking down below the automatic reaction, creating some signs of weakness. So we had the uptrust here, buying climaxes here. Now we're gonna create, let's see, let's leave it on, right. So right now I'm looking for a 365 retest, creating a LPSY somewhere around the VWAP level. All right, so I'm gonna take an entry right there. See the exhaustion, 6 points, first take profit. I'm gonna move my stop down. Right, I'm going to move my stop just above the structure. All right, so taken out of that first trade. All right, so we're looking for a bounce here because we have heavy liquidity. I'm looking for another 365 retest.
$25. Bang.
So now we got this absorption here. We're waiting for a retest, another entry of the
Stop run
365
ES buy
strategy.
wipeout.
We're coming up to
Boom.
VWAP. We're
Sweep
getting some
ES
buy
buyers at
sweeps.
$5,319.25.
Let's see if we could get up to VWAP to get a retest. All right, we're going to take our entry there, see what happens.
Boom. Sweep ES
Buy
buyers at
sweeps takes me out.
$5,323.75.
Take another trade right there. Looking like some exhaustion at VWAP. I'm gonna bring the stop down. First target hit. Second target down here at 12
Boom.
points.
Sweep ES buyers at
$5,317.25. Retest. Gonna move my stop down above that structure.
Boom. Sweep ES buyers at $5,315.
Retest.
Stop run ES
Takes me
buy
out.
wipeout. Tracking. Iceberg ES buy.
Alright, so that's two 365 strategies so far. Let's see if we get another retest of VWAP.
Stop run ES buy wipeout. Tracking. Iceberg ES buy. Stop run
so
ES
strong
sell
buying into
wipeout.
VWAP.
Boom. Sweep ES sellers at $5,323.
Buyers looking like they're holding. Alright, let's see if we get a retest of the central pivot. No, it's breaking down. Alright, let's take the trade right here. Breakdown of VWAP.
Tracking. Iceberg ES buy. Stop run ES sell wipeout. Tracking. Iceberg ES buy.
Break even this trade. The structure is looking like it's holding. Place stop above that structure. Got stopped out. Looking like it's gonna pull back again.
Tracking. Iceberg ES buy. Tracking. Iceberg ES buy.
Alright, so this mini consolidation right there. Not sure what's gonna happen here, but we're looking for a retest.
Boom. Sweep ES sellers at $5,315.25.
The central pivot. That's the kind of
Boom.
if it's
Sweep ES
consolidating
buyers
here
at
and not breaking down, then we're looking for the retest here
$5,314.05.
for like maybe a push above this level.
Stop run ES by wipeout.
All right, we're coming back to VWAP. Doesn't look like we could push above this structure, but let's see. This right here didn't look like exhaustion, so it was looking like strong buying coming in here, so that's not a good trade for a short trade right there. And it didn't get a VWAP. We have VPOC migration, prices pushing down from it. Let's see if it continues and we get a retest of like this VWAP deviation, -1 VWAP, first lower deviation. Right here. Okay, so we're running into support and liquidity, so we got to be mindful of a reversal. Let's see what happens here.
Stop run
5309.
ES sell wipeout. Boom. Sweep ES
So I'm
sellers at
looking for a bounce back to possibly VWAP
$5,309.75.
here. It's looking like we got absorbed. The buyers on the bid have absorbed price. We're doing a little consolidation. Let's see if we're going to break down or push back up. This is probably going to hold. Liquidity is coming back in the book. We
Sweep
should get
ES
a
buyers at
pushback up to VWAP.
$5,315.
Nice buy sweeps right here. This could have been an entry, but it's too close to this. I want to move away from this a little bit. Yeah, that could have been a nice little trade right there, but it's only 5 points, so looking to get back to here.
Tracking. Iceberg ES buy.
This is like a little accumulation right here. We have the automatic rally. We have the test. We have a uptrust. We have a sign of weakness. We're pushing up to create the uptrust. If we do get rejection here, this could be a nice setup for the 365.
Boom. Sweep ES buyers at $5,319. Stop run ES buy wipeout. Boom. Large trade ES buy price
Let's see what the second test does. We're going to take a
$5,318.25.
trade right here and
Size
see if we get
300.0.
or we get strong buyers. Looking like we're going to get stopped out.
Boom. Sweep ES buyers at $5,322.
We're pushing back to the central pivot range.
Tracking. Iceberg ES buy.
Take a short right there. We're pushing up at the first upper deviation. Getting some exhaustion right there. Let's see if the buyers continue.
Stop run ES buy wipeout.
Like I might get stopped
Stop
out
run
here again.
ES buy wipeout.
Stopped out.
Boom. Sweep ES buyers at $5,326.25.
Alright, we're at our level, automatic reaction. Looking for the selling right here. We have some exhaustion right there. It's looking like the buyers want to hold here a little bit. We do have a buy and sweep here. We're looking like exhaustion here. We could create an uptrust into my stop loss though.
Stop run ES by
All right,
wipeout.
stopped out again.
Boom. Sweep ES sellers at
We have sell sweeps. That's looking like more upside.
$5,325.75. Boom. Sweep ES buyers at $5,329.25. Stop run ES sell wipeout.
All right, gonna take the trade right there. We have a little bit of exhaustion here up at the second upper deviation.
Boom. Sweep ES sellers at
We hitting the buying climax, the uptrust levels.
$5,326.05.
VPOC migration to the upside. First take profit at
Stop
6
run
points.
ES sell wipeout.
We got that.
Stop
Trailing
run
stop
ES sell
executed.
wipeout.
Coming down
Boom.
to VWAP.
Sweep ES sellers at $5,321.75.
It's looking like it's gonna come back, stop me out. All right, so stopped out. We're gonna retest where we broke down from. That's looking like another entry. Missed that. Missed that one. Let's see if we get a retest around here. Okay, off of this support and VWAP, we might get a bounce here, but sellers taking control. Looking for a retest around this level here. Looking like some exhaustion at VWAP. I'm gonna take this trade.
Sweep ES sellers at $5,319.25.
All right, stop me out. I'm gonna take another one here, breakdown of VWAP. We had a little stop run above VWAP. All right, first take profit, 6 points in. We're below liquidity, so that could be tricky a little bit. We're gonna move this stop loss to right here. All right, first take profit executed. Stop loss above the structure, that's good. Trailing stop moving down above structure. So this 4-point trailing stop, I've looked at order flow, and it looks to trail just at the right spots, just above prior structure when we break down. 4 points looks to be ideal. Right, so we have VPOC migration down here. We're supposed to get sellers right here. Gonna trail my stop just above VPOC.
Stop run ES by wipeout.
Right, I'm out. All right, so yeah, that was
tracking.
That was the trades
ES
right
buy.
there.
Boom.
This is just like a replay mode, a review of the open yesterday, where I could have taken certain trades and I just kind of froze, you know, just because of the volatility of the price action. It kind of made me kind of stuck, you know what I'm saying? Because I was looking at the violent movements and I was thinking, maybe I shouldn't take this, maybe I shouldn't take that. And just going over it, taking the trades that I should have taken, this would have been the P&L and I would have been fine, you know what I'm saying? So I just gotta replay mode, do more replay modes and just practice taking my strategies, right? So Basically, all of these were like the 360 fire. We're trying to get into alignment of the downtrend at the open. Let's see, let's go back. Right, you see we open here, right? We push down and we're basically retesting VWAP, retesting VWAP, retesting VWAP. We found support here at this heavy liquidity, right? Liquidity, bounce, liquidity, absorbed, bounce. Took a trade right there, got stopped out. Took another one here, got stopped out on that one. And then when we cleared the stops above first upper deviation, we came back to retest up at these uptrust and buying climax levels. Got the breakdown, short, and that was it right there. Wait, I'm still in a trade? Hold on. How did that happen? I think I touched inside here. That's why. So it got me into a trade because I touched inside here. Anytime you touch in here, you can see it creates some orders. So my bad on that. But yeah, you all saw the live trades, so and what are these here? This is like this is a sell trade as well. So it's looking good right here because it's like it's at a retest of VWAP, but it's looking like it's gonna get stopped out anyway. Or is it a buy trade? I think it's a buy trade. Let's see what this is. Yeah, that's a buy limit order right there, or a buy stop. So that was a mistake, is because I'm touching inside these levels. Once you cross this margin right here and you start tapping inside here, you execute orders, you execute limit orders. So that's what's happening right there. I want to see how it plays out though. Anyway, let me just flatten all of that and cancel all. And this is crazy. All right, y'all. So it's MELEK Shalomoh Trading, and that was my trades that I took on replay mode. Made a couple mistakes here at the end, and these stuff are still executing. What is this? Why doesn't it cancel all? It's kind of crazy. Maybe that's a little glitch right there. But anyway, MELEK Shalomoh Trading, my replay mode of the RTH Open yesterday, executing the 360 fire strategy. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed the replay. All right, y'all. Shalom.